Bienvenidos from Tulum, Mexico!
We are Ava and Will, an adventure-seeking couple who loves to travel and share with you our budget-friendly tips.
In part 4 of our Quintana Roo road trip, come along on a journey to
the ancient port of Tulum, where we explored the Tulum Ruins sitting up high on the Caribbean cliffs.
But first, let's catch you up on the road trip. Previously, we started our road trip in beautiful Holbox Islands, checking out its beautiful beaches, amazing food choices, and making an attempt to witness the bioluminescent phenomenon. Making our trek southward to Cancun, we then dive underwater to about 30 feet to discover the Cancun Underwater Museum of Art. Once in Playa del Carmen, we then experience the most unique restaurant, Alux Restaurante, a relaxing, fine dining restaurant literally built in a cave.
And now that you are all caught up, let's go explore the Tulum Ruins together. Please make sure to subscribe, like this video, and comment what you think. Thank you for the continued support. Enjoy!
One right there too. Above you.
Mom.
Feels like we've been walking forever. What's cool about our hotel is right across the street. You can walk all the way over to the Tulum archaeological ruins, the Mayan ruins that are here. But we're about to go up the stairs to see the ruins. Let's go see those ruins. I love ruins so much. So we made it down to the ruins. We're about to go through the stone walkway to the El Palacio, the palace. And then over this way is the Casa del Cenote house. Apparently this is a defense wall for protection. Oh my god, it's so cool. Look at this look over here. So cool. The coral is built into the rocks. Some of the rocks they used is actual ancient coral. The first inhabitants of Tulum named their city Zama, meaning place of the dawning sun, as it is one of the first places in the Mayan kingdom to receive sunlight each day. Tulum also means trench or wall in Mayan. And Tulum was built as a wall to protect from seafaring invaders, but also fellow Maya of a lower pecking order. Tulum was also a very important key port for Cuba, one of the major cities in the Mayan kingdom in 13th century. It's so interesting the design of some of these Mayan temples, just the random little opening squares over here on each side, and then the 4 up there in the center with the top one with an iguana overlooking and protecting this natural historic site. It's not natural actually, it's man-made. I didn't think about that. Tulum had a rough estimate between 1,000 to 1,600 inhabitants. Archaeologists have evidence that the population was killed off by the Spaniards when they introduced Old World diseases into the area as a way to destroy the native population. Tulum remained inhabited about 70 years after the conquest, when it was finally abandoned. Tulum honored the diving god, or descending god, and the god of the bee, an important insect for the Maya even today. This is so neat. Oh my gosh. I don't care what ruins it is. I'm obsessed with the historical Mayan ruins, the whole Mayan culture. Big one is killing me. I'm ready to go see the big one. The ruins are situated on a 12-meter or 39-foot cliff along the Caribbean. The wall around Tulum is 3 to 5 meters, 16 feet in height, 8 meters, 26 feet thick, and 400 meters, 1,300 feet long on the western wall parallel to the sea. The Castillo, which is the main pyramid castle, is 7.5 meters or 25 feet tall and appears to have been built in stages.
Telling me about Zama Mama.
Can you see behind me?
You better ace your school report.
Do you see the temple? This was one of the most important temples in Tulum. Even so today, and even more so 500 years ago, and even more so when it was first made. It's modeled closely related to Chichen Itza temple and the East Coast style of Mayan temples. Okay, so this ancient Mayan site here was one of the most important sites of all Mayan sites because of the commercial trade that happened here. This is also known as the Zama location, which means you see sunrise here because this is the most east of the country, and you also can see sunset because of the way it's built. Some of the buildings are actually structurally built so the sun would go through the top windows at a certain time of day. And this, like I said, this was a very commercial trading site for, as Will said, free trade.
Cool thing is it was a huge trading post for Central America all the way up north in Mexico. And it was established for free trade where people could trade goods without having to worry and with being protected. So it was very important in that regard. This here is a major business city, major business hub, major shipping and receiving port for all of the Mayan people.
And also a big place for politics, religious ceremonies, and astrological phenomenon.
All sorts of religious beliefs were all centered here because this is such an important hub.
And the trading was, like you said, Gulf of Mexico, but central Mexico through the sea, through the rivers, on land, all to this central point.
Yes, if you made it here, your trade was protected. You couldn't be robbed or anything. Everything was protected, and so it's very important in that regard.
So we're sweating. It's so hot out here. So let's go explore some more. He's like dripping sweat. You might be able to see that. So
Yes.
Let's go. So it looks like you can go through one of the ruins right here. Most of them you can't touch. You can't even really get that close to most of them. So let's go. Whoa. Not made for tall people. Hey, you want to check out my crib? Just kidding. There's really not much back here.
Hey, you want to check out my crib?
But it's cool because it's like the first time I'm feeling like I can actually touch and feel it, you know, like just be immersed inside the actual ruin. It's like one of the only places really you can do that here. I mean, every temple is so different. Some you can climb up, some you can't. One of the main gods around this area that they worshipped and that protected over this area is the god Kukulkan. It's pretty cool, huh? I like that name.
Tell us about Kukulkan.
I don't know. It's just the god that protects this area. I don't know. The funny thing is at that moment, I did not know who the god Kukulkan was, but I do now. Kukulkan is the feathered serpent god in many Mesoamerican cultures. You find Kukulkan on many Mayan temples as a snake meets dragon creature. For all Mesoamericans, Kukulkan was the creator of God and also brought rain, winds, and protected the area.
I wasn't even recording, but now I am. Hey, Bumman.
So there is beach access here, but they have it closed off. I'm assuming because of the growing problem of seaweed coming in. There's lots of seaweed. I bet this used to look beautiful and blue back in the day. Just so you know, I did find out how old this is. This temple, all these temples here are 1,300 years old. 1,300 years. Look! I'm ready to go see my favorite temple, the highest one.
Oh yeah, look.
So this is the back of the temple. You can tell that this is the focal point. It's the biggest one. It's the most important one. And the other side is really where the cascading stairs come down. It was built in this manner because of the protecting wall, to protect the whole area. So it actually would have fencing that went around all the way surrounding the whole perimeter, just to protect the whole site. But how amazing is that? That's beautiful. 1,300 years old, wow.
When you look out too, you can tell.
So gorgeous. And God Kulkan protects this. Hey man, what's up man? It's like I'll bite your head off. When you come to the Temple Mayan Ruins, see if you can find our sticker, y'all. Let us know. That was the Mayan Tulum Ruins. Very amazing. Very quick though. So we're gonna make our salida, our exit. Alright, thanks for watching the Tulum Mayan Ruins adventure. It was an amazing, historical, mythical, spiritual, everything adventure in its own kind. Now we are going about our unknown adventure to who knows what's next. Maybe a beach? Who knows? And we indeed did find a beach to have some fun right next to the Tulum Ruins. As you see, there is this massive amount of seaweed everywhere. And this is very common during the months of May and October. So between May and October is what they call sargassum seaweed season. And there's just so much seaweed. But if you go during the other months, it'll be nice blue water. That is what you would normally see in Mexico, like Cancun. Needless to say, they did still have boats that could take you out a little ways past all the seaweed for a quick little snorkeling trip, which was pretty cool. And we still had fun, because I mean, it's a beach. Thank you so much for watching our adventure to the Tulum Ruins in what is part 4 of our Quintana Roo road trip. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, like this video, and comment what you thought about it, and hit the bell for notifications on when we post next. Thank you so very much.